y'all are active and both mentally and physically strong, you're going to lead physically and mentally strong households. And so, while at Georgia State University, a young lady by the name of Mecca found PrettyGirlsSweat. So I want to welcome her to the loft stage. Give her a round of applause. Welcome, Mecca.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Listen, there is no one else I'd rather do this with than you. Yes, than you. So, for many of the young ladies out here, they want to know more about your story. They see you on social media, you're inspiring hundreds of thousands of people to get active. But they want to know about your story, where it all began. And you're a former athlete too. So let's talk a little bit about your journey to finding PrettyGirlsSweat.
Hey y'all. Again, thank y'all so much for having me. I always tell her that PrettyGirlsSweat really holds a special place in my heart. Because like she said, I was a former athlete. I was in sports since I was able to walk. I did gymnastics for about 8-9 years, and then from there did competitive cheerleading, and then from there ran track collegiately. And when you're like in sports like that, you don't realize like it's a big old world outside of like what you're doing in sports then. So like really doing well for themselves, and like I was introduced to entrepreneurship. And I ended up, before going back to school for my junior year, I called my coach and I was like, I'm not coming back. He was like, really? I was gonna give you more scholarship money, and I was like, I just know I'm not about to be running track, for the rest of my life. Yeah, like, I need to figure out what I'm about to do. So, ended up in Sweat. And I'm like, what's this about? That sounds like an organization that fits me. Because I never even had time growing up to be in any other extracurricular activity. Like, it was just sports. It wasn't any type of organizations or anything like that. So, when I saw that flyer, I was like, this sounds like something that I can do. So I went and I got introduced to a business surrounded around fitness, supporting women, which I like to do, and the rest is history. I started working out. Girls was just hitting me up around campus, girls that were in my classes and stuff like, Mecca, do you train people? And I was like, I don't, but I guess I could do that. So I started doing it, and I realized it was something that I actually love to do.
It's very inspiring because you see, she's a forever athlete because the workout she just did up here, because most athletes can't even do that. So that's incredible that you came back from this injury. Let me tell you something. When Mecca was on Georgia State's campus and she was leading workouts, I remember one of the responsibilities of health leaders on college campuses is to create content because our goal is to inspire other girls to get moving. I remember seeing a video of you leading students in a workout. This is like you brought your, I think the bands were already incorporated into the class. I just remember this one video. Yeah, there was a video, and I was like, what? This is going down on campus? No, well, I just saw that video, and I was like, oh, it's going down. That at Georgia State. I'm like, I need to come to a class. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so that, what she's talking about is actually how Oh My Glutes came about. Who's the person that kind of chooses the people on the board? No, I was the workout coach, but the person who would like choose me to do that.
Oh, it was gonna be like the captain.
Yeah, so the captain, she was actually in one of my classes, and she asked me if I wanted to. I think this is before I was even the workout coordinator. She just asked me if I wanted to lead like a workout on campus, and I was like, yeah, I could do that. So I called it the Booty Buster Boot Camp. And I was just going around campus telling everybody, y'all gotta come to my Booty Buster Boot Camp, y'all gotta come to my Booty Buster Boot Camp. And they gave me like, if I show y'all a video, it was literally like a classroom, probably as big as Perfect Pair, smoothie bar. But even then, it was like 50 girls crammed up in there doing the class. And like even then, like the energy that I have now is the same energy that I had then. It's just been, the consistency and just being something that I love to do.
That video still gives me chills to this day, so bravo for that. Now, many students who are, looking at you and being inspired by you balancing schoolwork, and then also on top of that, sometimes having a job, and then trying to be healthy seems impossible. Like, what advice could you give them to kind of be able to fit in a workout with a busy schedule?
So I don't believe that there's ever going to be an equal balance. Like there's never going to be balance. It's really just kind of prioritizing and, you know, being organized. Like every day I wake up, I know exactly what I got to get done, what I have to do in order. You know, I write things down. And it just comes back to, you know, what you take as a priority and what's, you know, important to you. Like, for example, you know, I have a daughter now, she's 3. Run a gym, and I do a lot. So the thing that I prioritize for myself is that workout. Like, I'm gonna get up at 3:30 a.m. I'm gonna be at the gym at 5 a.m. so that the first thing I do when I wake up is something for me. You know, I'm not getting up and being a girlfriend or being a mom or being a gym owner or, you know, training my clients when I come into the gym. Like, I make it a priority. The first thing that I do when I get up is literally do something for me. You know, and, you know, that's just kind of what you got to do when you find something, you know, important for you, or something that you say that you want to do. You just make it a priority. There's time in the day to make anything. And, I mean, there's quick workouts, too, you know, 20-minute workouts. Me and EJ are the king and queens of that. Like, get our app, y'all. We got 20-minute workouts, 30-minute, 15-minute workouts. Like, you can make it happen if it's important for yourself.
Prioritize. Yes. So, a lot of the girls out here as well are content creators, are aspiring content creators who just want to share their story and inspire other people. What advice could you give to them to kind of get started? They're nervous, they don't want to post, or they're posting and they feel like people aren't paying attention. What advice would you give them?
So I am really a trial and error type of person. Like, you're not going to know what you need to change or what. You're not really going to have a clear vision on something until you go ahead and just start it and just do it, you know? Because once you do that, you'll be able to see what you want to tweak, the direction you kind of want to go with things, and you'll see what other people like from you as well. But you have to like stay consistent doing it. You can't just start it, it's not really hitting, they don't really like it, and stop, because then you're never going to know what it's going to be. This is year 6 for Oh My Glutes. We're going into year 6. Yeah, like once I did that Booty Buster boot camp on campus, like I never stopped doing my class. Because like I said, it's genuinely something that I love to do, you know? So it's really just that consistency and, yeah.
Just do it. All right. Now, if you could share what's coming up next for you, for Oh My Glutes, let's look 5 years down the line. What do you hope, you know, is the future of the Loft, the future of Oh My Glutes, and the future for Mecca?
I hate that question. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Because I really, like I said, I'm really like a trial and error type of person. Like I really just be following what feels good to me and what feels genuine to me, like what I genuinely love to do. And that's what's worked for me, you know, over the years. I truly believe is that, just following that. Obviously I set goals for myself, but I don't really like to put stuff out there until it's like a thing. You know what I mean? So I don't really know exactly 5 years from now what I want. I know that I want to, like I said on the other stage, like be fulfilling my fullest potential. I know that from here, if I keep going, if I stay consistent, like I told you guys to do, the sky is the limit. So I'm definitely excited to see what's 5 years from now. But you know, I'm still young. I'm really going with the flow.
Does anyone have a question for Mecca or myself, or just a question in general?
Or the OMG girl.
Oh, the OMG girl.
We got doctor.
Yes. Any health-related question? All right, come on up to the center. Welcome, welcome. This is Alana. She is our captain of our PrettyGirlsSweat chapter at Georgia State University.
So I just wanted to ask you about some stretches that you might do to, I know you talked about some opening up, but more dynamic stretches before you begin your workout, or just before you begin the day, just kind of getting loose and things like that.
That's a great question. I feel like movement is a thing where you want to make sure that, it feels good to you, especially like when you wake up in the morning. I like to do definitely breath work. I know that, you're into that as well. So just really making sure that my body and my mind is aligned. So whatever feels good to that. So I like to actually do this breath work practice that I do in my classes. It's called the breath of joy. So I'm gonna do it for y'all. It's a little crazy. But basically, acting like I mean, I can do it with y'all want to. So basically, you are moving your breath through your body by adding movement as well. Yeah, everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. So basically, what you're doing is your arms are going up, out, up. So you do want to make sure that you have room besides you don't want to hit nobody. But this is basically it's 3 inhales to 1 exhale. So it's ha. When you let it out, you want to make sure that your head is full and you're bringing that energy back, okay? So we're going to do actually 10, and I want y'all to see how y'all feel, okay? So y'all go up my pace. It's going to be a little, okay? Let's get it. Ready? 1. So that is a really good breath work to get. Y'all feel the blood rush up to your head, and I know y'all didn't do it in the fullest potential because we're kind of tired right now because we already worked out. But that's a great way to get started in the morning to get the blood flowing. Because sometimes we wake up feeling a little groggy or just like low energy. So just those 3 to 1 breath will really get the blood flowing, and that's like a dynamic warm up to start. Your practice. And then you go from where you're feeling my hips, and we do some hip stuff, okay?
Not everybody has a question. I love it. Okay.
So I have a question for you, Mecca, and my question is, how do you manage leadership? How do you go about leadership and leading your classes and just making sure that you're taking care of yourself, but also getting in front of the crowd every single day and making sure that your clients and everybody is pumped up and amped up?
So as far as me, I am, like I said, I did sports for a long time, and for 15 of those years, it was a judge type of sport where you do have to show up, perform, and try to be perfect, and I honestly feel like that's where my natural performance and energy comes from. Because obviously, like you said, I am human. I be tired, and I sometimes do not feel like showing up for everybody around me as well. But I am just kind of a natural born performer. But I do feel like my purpose is to help and lead women to their fullest potential. So that's what I literally wake up every day and try to do, is figure out how many people that I can inspire to show up for themselves despite, everything. And I honestly was thinking about this question when I was getting ready. And I was like, I want to ask the OMG girls, because these OMG girls have been they've been with me for 3 years now. So I want to know what is it about me that is making you guys stay down, and how am I showing up for y'all to continue doing this for? Yeah, I really want to know that. I don't mind.
We are doing it. For me, I'm definitely a more reserved person, and not a public speaker, and so meeting Mecca and coming into Oh My Glutes definitely opened me up and to be more energetic. And I think just being around somebody who is so naturally confident, is so naturally a leader, you inspire me to get out of my comfort zone and do things that I don't typically do like this. So yeah, I think that just the way that you're so consistent, I think the consistency is really what it is to showing up every day like, she's showing up, so I know I gotta show up. You on your P's and Q's, so I know I gotta be on my P's and Q's. So that kind of keeps me motivated.
Yeah, it's really like my caption that I wrote like yesterday, like literally getting up and like demanding excellence for yourself. Like when I wake up, like I want to be a winner. You know what I mean? Like so everything that I do, regardless of if it's something that I don't really want to do or I don't like doing, like I'm gonna show up because I want to win it, whatever it is.
For me, it's the consistency. I think way back when I was first getting into fitness, I saw Mecca's page, and just seeing how like her drive, like every Wednesday was hump day. And then like when I actually met Mecca and I came to the lofts and everything else like that, the number one thing for me, like I said, was the consistency, the energy. Like every class there was no down energy, nothing was different, everything was always the same. So every Saturday I'm like, well, Mecca is gonna get up this morning and she's like, I wanna do my class, so I can get up and do the same thing. So yeah, the main thing for me is the consistency.
And that's literally what I do it for. It's not even just for me, like it's literally to motivate everybody else to get up and like show up for yourself. Yeah. You know? Every day.
I feel like, I don't know, ever since I met Mecca, like, you've always been like the fire to my flame. I'm a Sag and she's a Leo, so it's just like, come on, okay, let's go. Like, so I just feel like us having that natural, like, just go get her energy, she just always pushes me to like, you know, feel like I want to do my best and be my best. It's like I said, she's like the match to my flame. So I'm like, okay, you want to do it, let's go. Like, let's go. So it's really inspiring to just have somebody around me so close to me that's really doing their thing and that's really killing it. Like, she's a mom, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's handling a lot of things. So it's so inspiring. And to answer your question too, in regards of just like how you make time for yourself to be able to get back, you really have, or I just answered it, you have to make time for yourself. So whether that is working out in the morning or whether that is having a mindful practice that you do, routine that you do in the morning to make sure that you pour into yourself, you know. So I really believe in being intentional about your day, right? Like I said, writing things down, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, you have a flow and you pouring into yourself before you give to everybody else. That's the only way that you can really genuinely pour into somebody else, is if you're filling up your cup first.
And another thing too is the people that you surround around yourself, like the energy that you surround yourself with. Like I really am, I'm an introverted extrovert, but like if something throws my energy off, or because I know exactly what I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm trying to do, or where I'm trying to go every day. So it's like if somebody kind of throws that off, it's like I'm good on it, you know, because I know exactly what I'm trying to do. So really, it's a big factor is that energy that you surround yourself with, the people that you surround yourself with. Like you don't always want to be the person, you know, like you want to be able to other people to be able to pour into you. If you're not the only one trying to always.
Give it up for that. Make sure you really look up first and also surround yourself with people who will lift you up, helping you. Thank you so much, Mecca. Thank you so much, Booster. Thank you so much, the PrettyGirlsSweat team. Big shout out to Wisha Lynn, and thank you so much for this honor and recognition today. Adidas, we can't thank you enough. There are refreshments for you beautiful ladies in the back. It's provided by Perfect Pair, so please grab those. And there are some gift bags for you all, some goodies. And please pick a flower out of the flower box, the Adidas flower box, and take some photos with it. Do not forget to tag Nourish Botanica, Black owned. Let's go. Don't we have it in there? We have all the things. So make sure you do that. Tag PrettyGirlsSweat, tag Wish ATO, tag Adidas. We would love to post your photos and content from today. And thank you for being a part of the Sweat Sisterhood. You definitely proved there's no hood like sisterhood, all right? So thank you, ladies, and we'll see you at the next